So if you went back to number 6 on the worksheet, we can actually factor this now. Oh, sorry. Number 4 on the worksheet. Accidentally went ahead 2 pages. So number 4 was the one that we looked at and we realized that we couldn't factor it. We graphed it, we saw it didn't have any real zero or real roots. So no place would, y could not be 0 and I get real number solutions is what it was. So go back to this. What we had done is we changed this. So we had 6x squared plus x, and then we added the 9 over here. So that was plus 16. And that was all equal to 0. So going back with quadratic formula, a is 6, b would have to be 1, and c would have to be 16. So if we were to solve this, x, it's b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. We have b is 1, so we have minus 1 plus or minus 1 squared minus 4 times a, which is 6, and c, which is 16. So you see this thing's a monster. And then we have 2 times 6 down here. So that's -1 plus or minus the square root of 1 minus, well, what's 4 times 6 times 16? 4 times 6 times 16, oops, times 16. Oh, I keep missing the button on my phone. Well, that'll be 1 minus 384. So that is -1 plus or minus the square root of -383. Well, now that we know about complex numbers, this negative I could pull out, and that's just I square root of 383. All right, and I don't think, just checking here quickly. Or 81. Yeah, I don't think this root I can simplify anymore. So our two answers would be x is equal to -1 plus or minus, oh, sorry, minus I square root of 383 over 12. Or if you didn't like that, it'd be -1 over 12 minus square root of 383 over 12 I. Usually we leave it like this, so. And the other one is x is equal to -1 plus I square root of 383 over 12. Or, there's a reason I'm writing this out here, -1 over 12 plus square root of 383 over 12i. So just notice those are conjugates. So your roots are conjugate roots. So this frequently happens. Anytime that you have a polynomial or a quadratic that has all real numbers as your coefficients, you will have conjugate roots. Not only that, they're complex conjugate roots. Okay. This was number 10 in your worksheet. So once again, we can go back and see what our roots are. So we got A is 1, B is 2, C is 3. So this time we're going to do this, but now we know what complex numbers are. So minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac, all this over 2a. So we have minus 2 plus or minus the square root of 2 squared minus 4 times 1 times 3, all over 2 times 1. So we have negative 2 plus or minus the square root of 4 minus, I think we said 12, yep, over 2. Negative 2 plus or minus the square root of negative 8. So just as a reminder, 8 can't be simplified here. So we're going to say first turn it into the complex number. Now we're going to simplify that 8. So remember, 8 is just 4 times 2. So 4 is a perfect square. So that's square root of 4 times square root of 2, all this over 2. Negative 2 plus or minus 2i square root of 2 over 2. So we can have that as our solution. Just notice that I can pull out a 2 on the top. And we have that 2 on the bottom. Those are going to cancel. And what my roots would be minus 1 plus or minus I square root of 2. So once again, I'm getting conjugate roots. That is one, and the other one is going to be this. So that is also my solutions. So if you can take a moment on number 15. Oh, we already did number 15. There's a second. Let me change that. Okay, there you go. That's what should have been there. So we went to solve this using the quadratic formula. 3x squared plus x plus 4 equals 0. A is 3, B is 1, and C is 4. So take a moment on that one, and we will come back and finish solving it. Okay, so I've filled some of this out already. So if I filled out my quadratic formula, this is going to turn into 1, and then we have 4 times 4 times 3, or 4 times 3 times 4, however you want to say it. But the problem is it's going to stay negative. And then we're dividing by 6. So like I said, the problem is we're going to have a negative root again. But all we have to do is pull out that I. So you can say that is your solution, or you can say x is negative 1 over 6 minus square root of 47 over 6i, or x is negative 1/6 plus square root of 47 over 6i.